Hello there. So carrying on with our network, let's load it up again. I've had a look around trying to decide what to do. So let's have a look on the map so you can see the state of the network. Gosh. And the finances, so we can see where we are financially. So we are now 1943, so that is our 9 years of exploitation. We're now up to 100 and the point is not to make lots of money at the beginning of the game. The game was started with only 100,000 loan, minimal industries, so it's not as if you can just connect everything up straight away. The idea is to show that even with a very difficult start, you can make it work. And once you start making it work, well, it just goes crazy. But you have to set it all up. So we have a network going around at the moment. It's based on the main line. All the stations are on sidings. At the end of the line, then it's a sort of a loop. But this line will continue, and this line will continue, and this line will continue eventually. So we've had quite a lucky start. We have oil coming from here down to a refinery here, which is making it into chemicals, which we're taking here, and petrol, which we're taking here. And then the chemicals are turned into farm supplies, so we're taking farm supplies to here, and then livestock from here to here, which is being turned into food, which is going to here. So it's all a very nice network, but we're a bit stuck because we don't really have anything else much to do. What is this port here? I didn't notice this. What does this provide? Manufacturing supplies. Oh, it requires manufacturing supplies and fish. Oh, well, we have some fish now down here, and fish does pay very well being transported, so that's something to think about. But what I think I am going to do for this episode is we have this timber yard which has appeared. Now we don't have any wood at the moment. Well, we have wood over here, but to turn it into timber we have to take it here, which is way too far away, and then bring it back to the timber yard, which is, that's just too far away at this stage in the game. It's not later in the game, not a problem, but at this point in the game, no, that's too far. However, it does also take chemicals, and it gives us engineering supplies, and then the engineering supplies we can take to the oil well, which is the crux of our whole system, because it's providing the oil which turns into the chemicals, and the chemicals turn into the farm supply, and the farm supply. So if we can generate more oil, then we can increase the chemical supply, and we can boost it across the whole network. So we need 21 crates to double, 84 to quadruple. But this conversion rate for chemicals is not very good. It converts 2 tons of engineering supplies for every 8,000 litres of chemicals. We get 150,000 litres of chemicals on a train, so that gives us about 37 crates, and we can only hope maybe to get 80% of that, so we get 30 crates maybe from a full train. So we can take one train load, we could double production, but with that distance it's only going to double production for 3 months, and then it'll probably take us 6 months to deliver another load of petrol. And in the meantime we won't have any chemicals going to create the farm supplies, so that whole chain will really slow down to the production rate of the farm. But I think it's a good experiment to do. Plus the chemical train, which is a good money maker, will have double the distance to travel, so it will make twice as much money. And we just change the destination of the train. We don't need a new train, and we can repurpose the farm supply, because if we're not delivering chemicals to here, then we're not going to get any farm supplies. So we can repurpose the farm supply train to deliver the engineering supplies to the oil rigs, to the drilling wells, whatever you call them. Okay, so that's the plan. We're going to build a siding here and divert all these trains. So let's get going. We've got £40,000. We can borrow 100, and we don't really need any. Well, we'll probably need one new train. We'll need more trains to transport the extra oil production, but we don't want too many, because the oil production is going to go up and down, and we don't want to end up with trains queuing up waiting. Also, we haven't made these entrance and exit to the oil pickup go in both directions. So okay, well, let's fix that. This is the advantage of having the main line 2 squares apart, is at this stage in the game you can connect in both directions just by building a little tunnel. Between the lines like this. Let's put it here like that. Pop down a little tunnel. Boof. I apologise for my lack of dexterity. I don't seem to be very good with this mouse. And there we go. And that's an entrance in that direction. Sorted, and then all we need to do for an exit in this direction is add a track. It's not very good, is it? Let this train pass. We've got a lot of junctions here, but what we'll do eventually, you see, is we probably have. Let's try this auto thing. I'm really hopeless with it. Never seems to be going the right way. Okay, so that gives us an out. We only have wrong signals. Always the wrong signals. I must change that in the defaults. There's a default setting you can set to pick the default signal. I'll try and fix that. Okay, that all the signals are on the right side. Okay, and then we need an extra platform here as well to allow the supplies to arrive. I could also have the supplies come in from here, but well, keep the entrance and exit to the station at the same place. And we can turn this around. I can maybe actually have the pickup for the oil here and turn this station into the delivery for the supplies. Anyway, we'll worry about that when we get some supplies. So we're going to put. Now I could go from here. I could use this siding and have this multiple use, especially as it's not going to be used quite so much with reduced production. But well, you know, it's put pause on so I don't accidentally lay track. It's 50 to get there, and if I come from the main line, it's 40 to there, and then 17, so it's 57. and we don't have to build over this expensive farmland, and then also we have a dedicated line for that station, which I prefer. So there's no real advantage in doing something like that. Plus it just makes a mess. Okay, so we want to have as short and as few bridges as possible. I could come up here. At the end of the day, it's the same thing. You go here, you go here, you go here, you go here. But this could turn into maybe a secondary main line if we get some more industries popping up. So let's try and build it along the same principles. So we'll start from here and have it join there, bridge over, and then come up and pop a station. So we need a delivery station and a pickup station. So have the delivery station there and the pickup station there. So we'll be coming in like this. Make a bridge. Come over. Come around. Still got plenty of money with all this building. 183. Yeah, we didn't really add any trains last episode, so. Oops. Straight. I like a straight piece of track before entry to the station. So there we are, and then these are 5 long for now, but they're designed so that there'll be 7 in the future. So have some extra tracks so that when I make the station platform longer, I don't have to rearrange all the track. Okay, so we'll say come out here. Shorter river crossing. There. And then the bridge. Oh no, it's a longer river crossing. Oh well. And we do it 2 parts. So there we go. Oops. Gosh, what? Really, I'm not very good with this mouse, am I? And there we go. And this is too long. And the bridge. I think that's maybe why I like to build straight track, because I'm not very dexterous. It's easier to just drag and drop. Okay, so for now we're just going to get the entranceway. We'll do the exits. Q. So we'll come. Oh, well, of course the signals would be in the way, but we'll come in like that. Tunnel. Let's try doing this automatic thing. That. Like that. Okay. And then this exits. Into there. Right. Remove. Okay, put the signal in, signal out at least, so that we know the direction of travel. Signal before the entrance, signal to tell a train which way to go. Get rid of a rogue piece of track. And our signals are still at 8 at this stage in the game, so we'll just run back and run forward from here. Right, okay, so that's set up. And we add a platform here so that we have better access for our supply train and for our waiting trains. I'll redesign this to make it look nice because that annoys me. There we go. And add that. And get rid of that. And an exit. This is really not a pretty junction. All this mucking about, but practical. We don't have much revenue, so we don't have much cash, so just doing practical at the moment. We'll make it pretty later. Right. So now we can repurpose the destination of our chemical train. This is the chemical train. We can tell him to go to deliver to here instead of delivering to there. Okay, that's him sorted. Now, how much has he got? 42%. So what we'll do is we'll send him on his way. We'll just deliver that. Now here's something, I don't know if you know that you could do this. So let's say you have lots of trains on the network and you want to repurpose a train, but you're doing so many things and you don't want to, the tendency is you get so involved in doing other things that you forget about that thing that, you had to do. So, but what you can actually force it to do, so let's say I want it to deliver its farm supplies. And if I was doing lots of other things and wasn't watching it like I am now, I could tell it once it's delivered the farm supplies, it goes here and it stops and it waits for new orders. So you can actually give it the order to do that. So you can say go to this depot, and then you click on the depot, and then you've got an option. You've got service, service if needed, always go. But you also have stop. So, except for some reason, I picked stop. So he will just go, and eventually you will probably get a message. If you forget for say a whole year, then you will get a message saying it's not made any money, because it's been parked in the depot and it's been raking up cost. Now our chemical train has left, and I don't want the chemical train to arrive before my train is ready for the engineering supplies. Otherwise the timber yard won't make any engineering supplies. So I am going to keep an eye on that and delay it. We might be ready in time. So here we are, we're delivering the farm supplies that we had, and now we see it's heading for the train depot. And I know with my network that any train can get, well, it can't get to this station because I haven't built the right entranceways, but I'll do that in a minute. Can get to any station and back from any station. So I just click change, and the train will go to the right place. Okay. So my train is I think I can change the consist on pause, so I will do that. So it gets there and it stops. Poof. And you even get a message to say it's waiting in the depot. So if you've got lots of things going on in the game, it's a good way just to not forget about that thing that you were going to change, and then end up with a train sitting around or driving around not knowing what to do. So can I change the consistent pause? No. Okay. All right. Unpause. So I'm going to get rid of these. I could save them because I'm going to need them later. But then you end up with carriages sitting around in depots, and you can never find them. And they're always in the wrong place because you always take them off where when they've just delivered. Okay, so now we want engineering supplies. Now, 21 will get us double production. But delivering more won't really increase us any more production. So what have we got? 20 crates in that one. 25 crates in that one. 25 crates there. And 25 crates there. So if I was to pick a 25 one, then, that one has running cost every year. We don't want that. 25. Okay, 25 crates of engineering supplies. It's a bit expensive. But it doesn't have any running costs. Flatbed wagon. Oh, that has running costs too. Alright, I think for now we'll do the piece goods wagon and then switch them later, even though it's got running costs. Okay, so I'll buy that. Just one. Piece goods wagon, just buy one. Okay, and now I change the destination. So now he's going to go to pick up cake. Okay. Control. That's it. Yeah. So we get rid of this train depot order. We get rid of this order. We don't want that either. In fact, we don't want any of the orders. There. We want to go here. Slinberg Industrial Park, and we want to take it to the oil wells. Okay, and we want to get that train in the station before the chemical train arrives. So it's a race. Dun, dun. And it looks like it's going to be no contest. The chemical train is arriving here, but the engineering supplies train is well in the lead and will not be caught. Well, of course not, because there's no way to overtake. There we go. Unless he goes for a service, but he's brand new, so no, that's unlikely. And we're running in. Da-da-da. And up we go, and the chemicals train is coming behind. Okay. And here we go. we have to change our management groups. That's okay, we just keep the groups, make new groups for these engineering supply things and so on. And leave the groups empty, and then when we restore the services we just move the new trains that we put in there. So here come the chemicals. Let's see how it fills up. 16%, 32%, 48%. So we only got, it's the first run, so first run you don't get such a great return. We only got 12 for the full train. Okay. Now, how much did we get? I wasn't paying attention to how much we got paid. 14,000 profit this year. Yeah, but that included, I didn't watch how much it got. I'll probably find out if I watch the video back. Anyway, let's see if we've got excess chemicals waiting, in which case we can... Oh, yes, well, let's clone them and get 2 trains on this route and see if we can improve. Because it's a longer distance, so maybe 2 trains will handle it. So we'll go to our groups so that we're now managing this a bit better. So chemicals to Great Broadworth. We're now, what is this? Slinberg. Oh gosh. These names. Right, chemicals to Slinberg. Alright. So because it's alphabetical, obviously they are right beside each other, so we just change them to group. And engineering supplies, supply distribution, we just change the farm supply, yeah, that goes there. We just change that, we just remove that from the farm supply distribution. Okay. And then those groups are waiting to be used. I could send off the 12 crates, but I don't think 12 crates would produce any great advantage. Where's our oil refinery? Here we are. Do we have a full train of chemicals? No, here comes the petrol train back. Here's an oil refinery train arriving. Now I might create another engineering supplies train with a capacity of 25, because the other thing that happens is if you leave cargo sitting around at the station and don't pick it up, you lose, some of it disappears gradually over time. So if you have too long a wait between trains arriving, you have cargo that was waiting for you to collect it, that you just don't collect, and it just disappears and you miss it. So you don't want to have that, but then you also don't want to have 6 trains waiting for some station that's producing 24 crates of something a month, because that's just a big waste of money also. So okay, so that wasn't a great move. Now my chemical train is going to arrive, and unless I do something about having a waiting area, it's going to block the arrival of the chemicals. We can fix that with a signal. There we go. Now we will wait here. Now this is dangerous with 3 trains and then 2 platforms. I mean, it's okay with this configuration with 1 waiting, but if I added 4 or 5, all you need is a reduction in supply of some sort, and you end up with a big jam. Because the ins and the outs are the same, you don't want that to happen. So come on, oil. So our revenue's gone up. by just making these changes. Now let's see if we can get increased oil refinery production, and we should see a knock-on effect. So that would be nice if that happened this episode. And how are we doing? 31st of January. How did our trains do? How did our oil trains do last year? 92. So yeah, back to 92. We went down to 78, I think. Okay, 15,000 now we're making from the oil deliveries. Now, why are we getting such a poor return? Well, the train was 50% full when he arrived, and we're now only 30. See, maybe sending that train further away, I should have put the chemicals train on straight away. %0 transported. Why am I? Maybe there was no train arrived in January. This is January's figures. 21st, 26th, 27th, February, 28th. It's not a leap year. 55 and 52. I need to expand this station and have trains waiting, I think. Here's another oil train arriving. Yeah, while I'm waiting, I'm going to do that. And expand this station, an extra platform, at least. And I'm going to create more weight. Try and create. Gonna add an entry, and that way I can separate the waiting space from the deliveries. Like that. This is the sort of thing you can do. This is the time you can tidy things up when you're waiting for an event. So we do that and that. We just have it like this. These trains arriving are empty, so we're not worried about speed. Take that away. And just take that away. And have it like this. Now my station can become 7 from the back, future late. And we have waiting space for oh yeah, the tail won't go back. If it does, I can now we have waiting space for 3 trains, but we shouldn't, if we're managing it properly, we shouldn't have that many excess trains. Just move that out like that. That and put the signal there. Okay, so here's a chemical train on its way. Chickadee, chickadee, chickadee. Now let's see how they fill up, see if they fill up any better. Would I benefit from having a petrol train waiting also? find out at the end of the month. Oh, it is the end of the month. Okay, 69%, 69%. So there is a benefit in having a train waiting, but I don't think the petrol at the moment, well, mind you, we're going to maybe get more oil, so imminently. How much money have we got? Oh, we don't have terribly much. See, this is all very expensive, all this track. It's expensive. Track and signals. You have to be making money, you can't just have it lying around. But this is an illustration, so. If I wasn't trying to demonstrate the how the circulatory network works, I would probably be doing this slightly differently. I would be waiting. I wouldn't be building things with such slim potential returns at this stage. I would maybe be off somewhere else on the network, building up some other network that I would connect at a later date so that I could make more money faster. Anyway, here we go. Chemicals arrive now, 48%. Do we fill up the train? We should get a much better return this time. %. We got a worse return. Oh well, it's still more than 21, isn't it? 23. Okay. So let's send him on his way and see if we increase the oil production. Okay. Do we have an yes, we have an empty bay. If we don't have an empty bay, then we can send a train off 3/4 full or whatever, or you can send a train off and then skip the orders and it will just make a little circuit around and then come back to wait to fill up. You just clear the platform for a moment. Okay. Here it comes. I should be building, I should rent for service. You can watch them there. I'm going to build this entrance before I forget, and this exit. Just put it here. Now the other part of the point of building the main line 2 apart is you reserve the space later in the game if you choose to double up the line. You can take out all these intermediate tunnels that go through the middle and put them through the back. Have the tunnel go underneath and then the line join around from the back. And then you have your 4 lines already mapped out, the space all reserved. Right, let's see what happens with oil production. Oh, no. Oh, can you believe that? What an idiot. Ugh. God! I clicked on the wrong button and sent the blinking train for the service. What a dolt. Just as it was arriving. I wanted to zoom in on its arrival. Oh God. Alright, well, in order not to waste any more of your valuable time, I will temporarily I'll build a little U-turn facility so he can quickly get back on track. Alright, here you go. So around he goes again. Sorry about that. What an idiot. Anyway, there we go. At least he won't be needing a service for a while. Round he comes once again. Oh, I could do with some more signals. There. And there. Oh, I'm not going to click on anything. There we are, platform just came free. Beautiful. Right, let's see what happens with the production. We might need to introduce a new train. That's the date, the 13th. So we'll go to double. Normal, normal, enhanced. Double. Okay, 117, so we'll see at the end of the month. It's now the 20th. We'll see at the end of the month what that goes up to. And we may have to introduce a new train, which would be terrific. That's the whole point. Right, here we go. 27th. And the 9th, 30th. There we go. 182. So we increased by about 60 from 120. So yeah, about 50% increase. So we had 4 trains, so well, if we can maintain that, then it would be worth putting 6 on, but I doubt we'll be able to maintain that, certainly in the short term, so we'll put 1 more on. That will slightly increase things. What's happening down at the refinery? 74% and 16%. Okay, well, we'll slightly increase the frequency, close some of these windows. We don't need, and watch. A few trains. So this is what's happening down at the refinery. Our little engineering supply train has made it back. Now you see, yeah, well, there was nothing waiting. Oh, and we have a chemical train on the way. Train 4. I tell you, this is something else, and I make sure I don't send it to the depot. I'm just going to straighten this out because it's annoying me. It's a really bad piece of line, but it just that irregular pattern when you go by it. It's honestly, I'm not OCD, but these I do like to see things sort of tidy. And even though I have a few things which are really not tidy, they're functional. Functional comes before tidy, but if we have a bit of spare money, then tidy. Okay. Yeah, like I say, I really have, I mean, I should not be having £101,000 worth of property maintenance, infrastructure cost, basically. On this, with this amount of trains, I mean, you would want 40 trains normally for that, but we're surviving. So And like I say, the whole thing is for illustrative purposes. Obviously, everything has gone down because the farm supplies have stopped arriving, so the livestock has stopped arriving, so um, the food is not producing, so you know all of those trains are sitting there sort of doing nothing while we try and get this oil production going. So 208,000 litres of oil, so great, okay, so maybe we do want another train. How full is this one? 60%. Well, let's risk it. Let's put on another train. We don't have enough money, but just borrow it. Okay, there goes the chemicals train. You know, we stretched ourselves here to do this. I knew it was going to be a stretch. 16,000. Only 32%, but 32% is better than 24%. So we're getting more from the production. And the chemicals train, and of course the oil production is up, so we should be getting more chemicals coming. But yeah, you see, we've gone into negative territory. How many trains do we have? Not many. $13. I mean, for a network of this size, you would want 30 or 40 normally. Trains. And then you've got nothing to worry about. See, now we're back down to 117,000 litres of oil. So now we're going to have, now we've got trains waiting. So now we've got the problem of our engineering supplies are not going to be able to be delivered. Okay. So let's solve that problem. We'll have an engineering supplies delivery station. It's only a tiny train, so and he wants to go there, doesn't he? So accepts engineering supplies. Okay. Siding. Whoop. Exit. Signal. Wrong thing. And we just change his destination to here. No point in sending however many he's got. 32% of 25 is 8, so that's pretty garbage. So, yeah, I don't see any way of getting somewhere. So if this experiment doesn't work, I'll just rip up all that track and just count the money as a loss, and then wait until we've got, for example, some timber to deliver. But if we can maintain the production on the oil, the other chemical train is on the way, train 11, up here. Along he comes. you see we now have both of these platforms full, 2 trains waiting. This is what happens. Okay, here we are arriving. So yeah, I think I overestimated the production of engineering supplies that we would get from the chemicals. I expected, 30 crates from a full load, and we got 8. But we may improve with the frequency of the trains. So let's see what we get this time. 52, 68, 84. Oh, well. 84, I think that's enough to send. It's 21 we need. It's 23 in it. 21 exactly. Okay, so 21 is our goal. 84% is our goal. Alright. Deliver them. Yeah. Pay back that extra money that I borrowed. Oh, here we are coming down. So we can have a wee look around here. We know what's happening with these things. We don't have to keep a complete focus on it. I'll put that up there. And we spot that into there. It's not terribly exciting, this great big window, is it? But that way you can keep an eye on the refinery. So yeah, we can see that our other chains are, well, I mean, this is, it's going to wait forever for the cargo. And we got train waiting because the production is so awful here. It's like 36. So, I mean, it's still working away. 97. But I think it was more profitable to deliver the farm supplies to the farm than it is to deliver the engineering supplies. Here we are. To the oil refinery. But we'll see. Anyway, there we go. Sad town. Excuse me. Oh. So production 117. I suppose it will go up. It's really not enough. Here's another oil train arriving. Well, this train is filling up faster, so let's have a look and see if we've actually made more money or not with the oil. Probably made more. 93. It's October. Well, of course we've made more because we've got more production and we're transporting it all. So we're obviously going to make more. Ah, now you see those two signals are too close together to allow queuing properly. Needs to come back now. And the production is up. Oh, 234,000. Well, we got the capacity. So, we've got the chemicals. We're not missing out on any chemicals like we did before. So, yeah, we got a chemical train arriving. The other one's 94% full. That's, you know, couldn't be better in terms of it's exactly what you want. Just when one train is about to fill up, an empty train arrives at the station. That is absolutely perfect. Let's go down to the refinery, see what's happening down at refinery land. So, yeah, like I say, it's not about making money here, it's about showing the mechanics. So, there we are. Chemical train goes. Bing. Chemical train has priority. So the oil train will wait. This will probably go for a service. It usually does. So that priority is kind of a waste of time. But, there we are. See, the oil refinery is up to 105 now. So, we've increased that, but we certainly don't have enough, for example, to restore the chemical deliveries to make the farm supplies, because we're barely getting enough to fill our little engineering supplies train. However, you know, we got 3 months worth of double production at the oil refinery. So yeah, not great. Well, we're great. Our train revenue has gone up considerably. If we can get this really working. Yeah, that's the food train. Well, I'm not surprised you're not making any money, because you're not doing anything. But we'll just keep you there for now. So, yeah. Not terribly exciting, this. Wasn't a terribly good decision, I think. We need something else. We need something else. We'll leave it going like this, see if we can get it up. Can I get chemicals from anywhere? Can I get more chemicals? Or engineering supplies, can I get them directly from anywhere? Hard to come by because they're worth a lot, really. Here's a port there. Ports are good because they just arrive there. Whereas with the other things, you have to take things there to make them. These ports are too far away. But you see, things are appearing now. What? We've got more fish here. Engineering supplies. Oh. Yeah, but it's so far away. So far away. What about this? What about this? This is a farm. Okay, well, we could get some more livestock, but it's still quite a long way. What's this? Stone and coal. And that produces chemicals and farm supplies. So if I can get some stone or some coal, the coal is here. So that would bring in line the sugar beet refinery, because we would come along here, and this is textile mill, plant fibers. Ah, now plant fibers is the other thing that we have from this farm, isn't it? Plant fibers. Okay. So, okay, well, that is, looks like that could be. The thing is, it's so far for these trains at this speed. And the way my network is at the moment, if I've got things from coming here, I don't have any connection down here. So if I have things from here, they're going to have to come up here and go all the way around and down, unless I connect here. And I just don't think it's viable at the moment. I could maybe. Okay, I'll think about it offline, because otherwise I'll just be rambling on. Okay, well, we'll persist with this. Building materials. I could also maybe look at the building materials. I'll have a look offline and see what the best thing to do is, and leave this one as it is. And see you in the next episode. Okay, bye.